Mother, spinster, lady boss. Women are often categorized into roles long before we are seen for ourselves. We are measured for what we give, and we are judged for how perfectly we fit into society's expectations or not. But who is the person behind all these titles and roles? What are her fears? What are her struggles? What does she really want beyond her obligations? Hi, I'm Isma Husein, and this is the Safe Space podcast, where we talk about honest experiences of being human beings that happen to be women, because we are more than just our roles. And today we have with us Adeline Loke.
Hi.
Who will be sharing with us her experiences of imposter syndrome, being a caregiver, and also building a community, her passion project. Hi, Adeline. Welcome.
Thank you, Isma. Thank you for having me here
Of course.
and for holding space for women like us.
Yes, of course. It's the least we can do. So, Adeline, I've mentioned that we are more than our roles, but it's also something that we can't escape from. So could you share with us your recent role as an interior designer?
Yes. My background is in architecture. I graduated in architecture. I pivoted to interior design more than 8 years ago. I have been practicing as an interior designer and more specifically hospitality interior designer. And currently I'm on my career break. That involves right now what I'm doing, caregiving and building my community. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So I remember when we were preparing for this podcast, you mentioned a project that you worked on that I was very familiar with. And I was actually surprised that you mentioned it so casually, but I was so impressed because I love this place. So it's El's Hotel or El's Retreat in the middle of KL. If you don't know about it, you need to check it out. It's in the middle of KL and it's a mix of old and new. I think it used to be the tallest building in KL in the 1930s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And now it's been revamped. And it's a unique ambience that you can never get anywhere else. And I was surprised that you were the one who designed it.
Yeah.
And I was even more surprised when you thought that you didn't really do a good job. So can you share with us that imposter syndrome that you went through?
Yeah. I was working on El's Hotel when I was at Studio Beacon. So I was the lead interior designer for the project. Of course, I worked very, very closely with my director, Farah, who was very encouraging while at Studio Beacon. At that time, I was a little overwhelmed with the project because I came in my opinion, a little bit inexperienced, even though I had my interior design or architecture background, mostly working on single residential projects or office fit outs. But hotel and a more bespoke hotel like this was my first. So that was the imposter syndrome that came into play. But I think the team, the director, they were very supportive, very encouraging, and they just trust me with the process. So I just learned to step up and just take it on. Even though along the way, I questioned myself. I had a lot of doubts. But sometimes I just ask questions to my colleagues, seek advice from my peers. And that sort of helped me along the way to overcome that imposter syndrome. When I say overcome, it meant that during that period of time, I still had it all the while. It's just that I just learned to move one step at a time. It's only very recently, now that I'm on my career break, and I have nothing much to do. I'm not achieving anything. I had a lot of time to sit with myself and ponder and just really look within. It's only now that I realize I have moved out of imposter syndrome. Not completely, but more so than before.
How did you realize that?
I used to think that I need 20 years in interior design or 20 years of hotel experience to prove myself that I'm capable in this industry, in this typology. But during this period of rest and really just looking around, people around me doing their own thing, or just people on social media, and I realized that every one of them are very courageous. Most of them are beginners or first timer, and even though they haven't done things before, I feel like their courage has led them to so many successes or even mistakes, but it didn't matter when I see, on their stories that, they're just constantly trying. And then I looked back in my life and I just reflected. I have had 10 years or more experience working, not entirely on interior design, and I still feel like I'm behind, or not behind, but not enough. I still feel I'm not enough. I need another 10 more years to prove to myself. But at one point, at what point are we enough? At what point can I say that I don't have imposter syndrome, that, I prove to myself, the world has given me approvals that, oh yeah, you can do it now. That's, you are not an imposter anymore. So I felt like it's a switch that I decided that no, doesn't mean that I haven't done it before. It means that I can't do it. I can do it. I just have to believe in myself. Yeah.
So was it crucial to have that break to reflect on yourself, to get out of the hustle in order to get out of that imposter syndrome, do you think?
For me, yes. For me, it wasn't in the doing. It was when I wasn't taking a break, I was working. I kept chasing after roles, after achievements, because it's very easy to be stuck in that mindset when you're in the corporate life or with peers that are also going after the similar things. And then it's when I took a pause, I looked around me what's important, because I have a father who is going through stage 4 cancer, pretty late stage. When you take a break, when you really sit and look around what's important for you, for myself, and then I realized that imposter syndrome is also driven by the need for external validation. So to me, seeing life and death at the moment sort of strip away all the things that are not so important for me anymore. And I'm glad that happened. For me, being validated by other people is on the back seat now. It's actually something I would like to throw away. And I'm working on that. I think it's slowly getting there. And so when that disappears, my true voice comes out, and I realize that looking at my dad is now or never. Just do the things that I want to do, regardless of what people tell me. And if it fails, it fails. If it's successful, that's another thing that goes down to my list of things I've done and achieved. And yeah, I think the break is very important for me to reflect. Yeah.
So the experience of caring for your dad and observing him, being there for him while he's sick, that gave you a new perspective on life and death.
Yeah.
Can you share a bit more about giving care to your dad?
Yeah. He has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer close to 2.5 years ago, or 2 years, yeah, close to 2.5 years ago. In the beginning, of course, it was quite, it shook our world. I knew nothing about cancer, let alone stage 4 cancer and what it meant for him, for the patient, and for us, the family and caregivers. My mom is the main caregiver, is his main caregiver, and I'm his supportive caregiver, or sometimes I would say I'm my mom's support as well. Yeah, I'm the cushion.
Yeah. It's not easy being a caregiver.
It's not
the main
easy.
caregiver.
Yeah. And then there were so many things that happened throughout the past 2.5 years. Seeing his slow deterioration was heartbreaking. And then I was actually living overseas. I was in Melbourne. I had a life in Melbourne. I had a job in Melbourne. But I know that in my heart, I want to be back with my parents as much as possible during such a difficult time. So I came back quite often. I came back to Malaysia at least 3 times to 4 times a year while working. So I would work from home in Malaysia whenever I'm back, and then I will discuss with work. But I think work can only give me so much leeway before starting to feel embarrassed to ask about more leaves. And I can see that my career journey, it wasn't going up, it wasn't going down, and it was difficult juggling or maintaining 2 different lives in 2 different cities. So I know that while talking about life and death, this is a season that I just need to be around my father. And so I took a pause, just basically press pause, and for everything in Melbourne, I came back here, and truly be with my dad and my mom, and truly face what we call life and death. Yeah, and not really escaping or avoiding looking at it. It's really tough and difficult to face it on a daily basis. But I think this is part of my human experience that I want to do. Yeah.
That's very courageous of you. It's not an easy decision to make.
Thank you.
I'm sure. But what is the most difficult part for you when it comes to being with your dad?
Yeah. Hearing news from the doctor, new findings. Yeah. What can be done, what can't be done. Yeah. For caregiver, the effort may not be successful at all. What you're doing is just accompanying and making the patient feel comfortable. I can sometimes see that my mom puts in a lot of effort, and sometimes I could feel her frustration that it may not end up into like a successful effort. For full-time caregiver, that's a bit disappointing for her. But I think that's the most difficult thing. Giving a lot of love that you have for your loved one, your parents, hoping for them to at least have some improvement. But of course, stage 4 is terminal cancer, so you have to face that it will just go downhill no matter what you do. Yeah.
So, was it difficult for you to make the decision to come back to Malaysia when you were in Australia? Or was it something that you thought, okay, this doesn't even require consideration, I'm just going to do it anyway because it's my dad? What was that thought process for you?
It was, of course, one of the most difficult decision I have to make. That's because I just went back to Australia in 2021. I was closer to my mid-30s. Sorry, I was closer to my mid-30s. How I wish I was still in my mid-20s. I was closer to my mid-30s already when I went back in 2021, mid-2021. And I was doing everything I could to start establishing my life in a place. Because that's what a lot of us wanted in our 30s, to settle. Either in a place, either in a relationship, at a job, just in any form of ways to settle. So I did. I rented apartment, still living with the housemate, but that's what I could afford then. Got a job, trying to do the hobbies that I would love to do, dancing, sometimes go for Pilates, meet up with my friends, building my community there, establishing myself. And then that was mid-2021, and September 2023 was when I found out about my dad's diagnosis. So before I feel like I get the chance to even root myself, I was thinking about this other thing, losing time with a parent. So from September 2023 onwards, I wasn't really rooting myself. I was plucking myself here and then plucking myself back there again. So that was my intention going back to Melbourne again in 2021, was build my life. And before I could get to do that, I was faced with this other life challenge. So of course that was so difficult for me, to difficult decision for me to make. That meant that I have to give up this idea of building my life there, at least for the moment.
Right.
And then it was also difficult because that was my idea of settling. Place was my idea of settling. And then I have a lot of friends or acquaintances was telling me that, I think you've done enough. You've done enough. You try to come back 3-4 times a year. I feel like, you should really be thankful that you're able to do that. And also that's a lot of effort from you. Maybe it's that silent voice in me that, or maybe I've not done enough. I also know that I have a internal voice that want to see him all the way through, all the way through the end for his journey. And so it was a very difficult decision to leave Melbourne, but that internal voice telling me that come back so you don't regret. Yeah. It was difficult, but I know there's a deeper purpose for me to be back here, to accompany him till the end. Yes.
But did you feel like you had to give up on yourself to be there for your family?
Some parts, yes. I have a lot of independence when I'm in Melbourne. I enjoy living on my own, cooking the food I like. Just a lot of alone space. Let's call it alone space. But also some parts of it, I wasn't giving up anymore. I was just holding on to for no purpose or for fear of uncertainty. I think at that time, I've outgrown my career because I wasn't fully there. I wasn't fully here. I couldn't fully step into growing and in full force that is needed in my career over there. So, and I cannot compromise with letting go my family and my relationship, my parents here, in such a difficult time to go full force in my career over there. And I think the team at work was very supportive, but during some of my absences while working from home in Malaysia, therefore I become not a very suitable candidate to be at the lead for a lot of projects. Yeah.
You talked about leaving Australia to come back to Malaysia to be with your family. So, can you share with us your experience?
I knew that I need to come back and be with him for this season, however long it takes. It was difficult, but it became quite clear towards the end. So I just thought that I need to fulfill that voice inside that I want to be with him towards his end. Yeah.
Was it difficult to listen to the inner voice?
Extremely difficult. I realized throughout the 2.5 years, or even before that, but it's only this 2.5 years that I realized so much of my inner voice is mixed with so many other people's voices. There is the society's opinions of what I should do as a woman in her mid-30s. There's voices from my relatives. Oh, you should come back home. You should definitely take care of your parents. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's also another voice, which is, I'm a woman of this generation. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm lucky to be born in the late 80s. I'm lucky to be a mid-30s woman in 2025, 2026. I should chase my dream as well. So I didn't know which one was true. All of them are true. All of them have shaped me to this day. You know, when you're in school, people tell you, your teachers tell you, you know, be a good girl, obedient kid, do your homework, get good grades, and then, you know, you guarantee to more successes in the world. There are the voices from my parents, from my relatives. Oh, be the good girl, take care of your parents. You know, the most important thing for a daughter is always to look after your parents. Not so much required by the sons, but you know, there's this pressure on daughters. And then again, from myself, what I hear from my peers about women being independent and just, you know, going after what we want, prioritizing ourselves, self-care, etc. I am all this. I am all of these. But in this season, I am all of this. At the same time, I discover I am also not all of these. I am all of these, meaning that growing up, all this has been passed down to me. And it has influenced my choices and my decisions in life. So I am all of this. Or maybe now I should say I was all of this. It was only recently, sometime last year, I decided and I realized that I'm not all of these now. As I start to shed my layers, I realized, okay, I started to put names to these noises or voices. This is the fearful society telling me to do this because the society is fearful and, you know, we don't believe in abundance. So these are their voices, or we should.
It's a scarcity mindset.
The scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Buy a house, buy a car. This is this. The timeline and scarcity mindset. So that's truly not me. Not the core self voices. and then taking care of the parents and from the relatives. That's me, but this forcefulness,
Mm-hmm.
um, this pressure was from them. I want to do it, but in my own terms.
Mm-hmm.
Those are their pressure, them.
Mm-hmm.
And then this independent, ambitious woman, that's actually truly me. But even in that, I learned to filter out what is actually from this idea of perfectionism or um, this chase or crave for external validation, and what is truly me that I want to achieve. So from that, I filter out as well. So I learned that my inner voice became smaller but more powerful because it was only that 2 or 3 truths and not all of this.
Right.
Not all of this added together, but it was once I shed these, filter out these layers, I realized it's only just that 1 or 2 truths that is most important to me.
Wow.
So that is now my inner voice that I'm protecting, and I'm trying to keep it pure and safe, and not letting unnecessary voices and noises come in to sort of either discourage it or influence it in any way. But it took me a long time. I'm in my late 30s now. It took me a long time to get here, to really hear my own voice. Yeah, I can say that's my inner voice.
Well, the world is so noisy now. I mean, you mentioned
Yes.
relatives, society, social media has amplified society's voice.
Yeah.
Now it's in us because we've internalized it.
Yes.
So how was the process for you differentiating, like, this is truly my voice, this is truly what I want, versus this may have started as something external, but I have somewhat internalized it and it no longer serves me?
Yeah.
That you go through that process of like, yes, this is me, this is not me. I think nowadays, because it's so noisy, it's really hard to differentiate. So how was the process for you?
Between choosing A and B, for example, I would usually go for B because it satisfies everyone around me. I get approval from my peers. I get like a nod, approval from my relatives, the society, because B is a choice that satisfies everyone and also me. But the me that was trying to portray this image that wants to be accepted by everyone. Yeah. So B is a choice that is protecting my public image for everyone. But maybe it wasn't really my true inner voice. My true inner voice probably wants to choose A, but I'm scared to choose A because of wanting to satisfy how people see me. Yeah, so right now I've learned to differentiate what is performative choice, which is the B, and what is my true voice, my true choice, which is probably A. Yeah.
But it sounds like you need to have a lot of insight and awareness and honesty with yourself to admit that, okay, I want to do this because I want to look good, because I want admiration, I want people to applaud me, but I know it's not the right choice for me. And it takes some maturity and courage to do that too. And I think it's important to highlight this because this is the kind of work that's important, but nobody knows we're doing it.
No.
Because it's all internal, right?
Yeah.
So having gone through all this internal work, has your definition of success changed?
Yes. So what I just shared just now about the inner voice, hearing about really looking within and hear what it is. what's other people's voices and what my voice. That was a very long and slow process to get there. The other thing that really helped me, I'll get to the success later. The other thing that really helped me following up from that was I'm now on a break, but I also took a break from my break, which is going to this Buddhist meditation retreat
Oh.
in Thailand for 7 days. It was the kind where you will wake up at 4 a.m., start meditating at 4:45 a.m., and then start doing walking meditation at 5:30 a.m. There was nothing. When I say nothing, no distraction, just time spent alone, meditating, walking, and eating in silence, most of it, eating in silence, and also sharing the time and space with other human beings. And when you see that there was no more distraction for yourself and for other people, everyone became so present and you get the best version of everyone. So I felt a lot of love. I felt so loved, so nourished. My soul was so nourished during those 7 days. And then it was all about mindfulness practice. Eating, walking with mindfulness. My favorite activity was walking meditation. A monk actually sort of guided us on how to do it. There is no forceful way. It's just that is his suggestion. So when you take an in-breath, you take three steps for your in-breath, and you take 4 steps for your out-breath. And then he also said that if you see someone in front of you doing very well in their walking meditation, be happy for them. Be happy for them, but it doesn't mean that you stop your walking meditation. If he's doing very well in his walking meditation, that is his walk. We should always focus on our walk. So we focus on our walking meditation at our own timing. His success is his success, and our walk is our journey on our walk and paving our success. So that sort of segues to the success question that you have you just asked. For me, during the whole meditation retreat, there was a lot of Dharma sharing and Dharma talk, some Buddhist teachings and just Buddhist sharing. There was like in the end a certificate, like a sort of like a pledge, like they are called the 5 mindfulness trainings. You could choose one or you could choose all 5. And I was really called to just choose one because throughout the whole retreat, the question that really come into my head was true happiness. Like true for you, true happiness. And I really wanted to practice that. And also go down the path of learning and deep learning and deep understanding what true happiness means for me. So I talked to my in my group, there is a nun, so I'll call her my Dharma teacher. I talked to my Dharma teacher about it, and all of us that wanted to take up this certificate, this pledge, we were given names, our Dharma names, based on what we choose. So she gave me this name, True Mind of the Source. Source meaning our being. You are your source, and I'm my source. And true mind, the true mind of, or true heart of the source. And I was actually cheering when she gave me the name and she read out what it means. It really spoke to me, spoke to somewhere very deep inside me that is my true inner voice, and that is my compass for my being and my successes, whatever that I strive to do in my life from this point onwards, that's my compass, that's my north point, and that is my path to just any form of endeavors or even successes. Yeah. So that is very different from what I thought success looks like for me. Yeah. And on the way back, because that retreat was in Khao Yai, Bangkok, sort of like a 2 hours drive, 2 hours drive away from city center. On my way back from Bangkok in the flight, I was journaling, and I wrote a love letter to myself.
Oh,
I wrote a love letter to myself. I was very inspired, and I knew that I could not forget what happened those 7 days, and I have very deep lessons that I want to bring with me into my life, into my trajectory now, and is how I define success for myself. Would it be okay if I share a bit of?
yes, I was just about to ask. Please do.
You have been learning to love yourself and accepting everything that you are, the good and the not so good. I know you will start to listen to your true voice, your authentic heart and mind for everything from now on. It will take time to adjust as you have been listening to so many opinions that are not yours. It's not your fault. The clouds have been hiding the moon, but the moon will always be there. It's been hidden, not lost. Sooner or later, you will be on a path that speaks to you, and it will bring you true happiness. True happiness is in you, not outside of you. Get on a path where you can do good and meaningful work. One that uses your talent and your passion. Serve in the way that you can serve. Be in an environment that is kind to you. You flourish in a place that is gentle and supportive. You are a seed that needs nourishment from a good environment, one that is slower and more balanced. Do not force yourself to be like everyone else. Do not copy their goals. What motivates them or nourish them might not do the same for you. You have your own pace. Although slower, it is more true and solid for you. I hope you take your time to make decisions. It is the best for you. I know you will learn to sway like a bamboo tree in the wind when under pressure. It sways but does not snap. It is rooted deep in the ground. I wrote bamboo trees because there were a lot of bamboo trees in the retreat compound.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Letting me share it.
Of course. So what was the experience like being there for yourself?
I was coming home to myself. That was the experience.
And how did it feel inside your body?
Safe.
Wow.
Really safe. I didn't have to perform. I didn't have to fight. I didn't have to explain or prove myself. I was just myself. I think what that space, any space, doesn't have to be a retreat, meditation retreat. Any space with nature, with kind people, with, especially can find the vastness of the spaciousness of the space. I think that's just the main ingredient. Vastness, nature, and kind people. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how we are constantly pushing ourselves to do more and achieve more, and more is always better. But at the end of the day, it's always about creating a space for yourself to just be and to connect with yourself.
Yes.
And that's when you can feel true safety.
Yeah.
And then after that, you can actually be present and be there for others even more. So let's talk about that, because now you're building a community.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a very exciting project. So do you want to share with us a little bit more about that?
So I'm very excited that I am currently working on KL Women's Stories. You could say that I'm the organizer slash founder slash everything you need me to be to make events happen and hopefully successful in all of them. So KL Women's Stories is live event of currently 6 women. Every session has 6 women coming to share their stories about their personal lives based on specific themes. For every session, there are different themes. So what these 6 women represent are different age groups. So they are from the ages of 20s up to ages of 60s. Everyone come and share on a topic, for example, begin again. You can begin again in your 20s. You can also begin again in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. And there's the spectrum of beginning again, there's just so much to it. So I wanted to encourage women to give them space, to give them a platform to step into their courage to talk about their experience, and women learning from this inner wisdom. Especially I would say for the younger ones, the 20s, 30s, will probably have a lot more to take away. Because I used to be someone that attend these kind of events, and I benefited so much from it. For me, it is imperative to create an environment that women support women. We give them space to share, and then we practice as audience deep listening. We see them, we hear them, and we hold space for them. And for me, the other more important thing when I first wanted to create KL Women's Stories is to make everyone feel less alone. I feel less alone when I went to these kind of events. And I feel it's so important, and we don't really talk about it enough. The feeling of alone and how to feel less alone in a society like ours. So sometimes you, as an audience, you don't have to share anything. You can be in a space and you already hear stories that might inspire you or resonate with you. And that will help you to feel less alone in whatever journey you are in your life. And I feel like KL Women's Stories is a community for all seasons, the lows and the highs. We celebrate them equally, just as much as I celebrate my speakers, storytellers. For me, all of their stories are equally important. No one story is braver than the other, and no one story deserves more applause than the other. So that is my community that I'm creating and proud of.
Just like the walk in a meditation retreat, everybody has their own journey.
Yes.
We can learn from each other, but we shouldn't compare one journey to the other in terms of, oh, you're more successful or you deserve more applause. That's very beautiful. And I also like what you mentioned about being lonely, because I think right now we live in a very paradoxical world where we are hyper connected, yet we are hyper lonely. So I really look forward to your events. And how do people get updates about your events?
So we have a Instagram account at kl.womensstories. So WOMENSS because that's women's apostrophe S. And we also have an account in Threads. So you can follow us on Threads as well. So Instagram and Threads. That is those two are my main platform. We, as much as I want to grow a community, I want to build and grow a community on solid grounds and on true grounds. So I'm not in a hurry. I want to make sure every step is solid and true for me and for KL Women's Stories.
You want it to be authentic?
Yes, as authentic as it can be and as we can be.
Wow, that's inspiring.
Thank you.
So, Adeline, you shared with us your journey of moving from Australia to Malaysia, from being away from your family to being close to your family, from having a career to taking a break and then starting this community. So, if you could talk to the Adeline then, who was kind of split, should I do this? Should I do that? Am I good enough? What defines me? So is this really my voice? Is it not? What would you tell that Adeline right now?
I have actually one word. And subconsciously last time, I deny it. But I think that one word sort of leads to many things that brought me so much uncertainty. That word is winning. Subconsciously, we've been drilled into our heads. Oh, you gotta win in life. You've gotta win as a mother. You gotta win as a career woman. You gotta win as a daughter. The win are the images that we're trying to put up as our front, becomes our performative facade. There's nothing to win. There's nothing in life for you to win. There's no such thing as winning. What does winning get you to? I'm not sure. Now I can say I'm not sure. Put down this idea of winning, I would say. Because a lot of my choices in the past was driven by this subconscious seed on winning. How do I look the best? Present the best? Look better on all my Instagram posts.
So it's all like externally driven.
Externally driven. How do I look like I've got it all? Now that I've decided that winning is not real, I've put that word away from my dictionary. All the choices starts to become true. All the uncertainties become easier to deal with, because uncertainties are harder or difficult only when you have a certain ego or image to feed. And uncertainties are part of life. It comes and go. Just learn to ride with it. I'm learning to ride with the waves of uncertainty. And because for me in the past, winning means looking good every step of the way. So it means whatever uncertainty that I might encounter, I might not want it to look, I might not want to present it up front. But now, just completely throwing out the word winning, I accept the ebbs and flows, the highs and lows, the ups and downs. The Adeline, while she's in her downs, is as worthy as Adeline when she's in her highs. So every part of my journey and all the seasons, I'm just as worthy. So I think, I threw away the word winning, and then I found so much more.
Wow. Well, if I may share, I actually went to a similar retreat and I also had a name. And I've always had issues with accepting realities, like you say, because I think as human beings, we always want the good stuff and we want to push away the bad stuff.
Yes.
So I remember in my cohort, everybody had cool names, like Awakened Mountain. I'm like, oh, I wonder what my name is going to be. And they gave me Awakened Acceptance of the Heart. And I didn't want to accept it. And that's how I knew that name was for me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's about accepting the entire human experience, right? like you say, the ups and downs, the good, the bad. And what is good, what is bad anyway? We've defined it as such, but sometimes it's not that straightforward, right?
No.
And sometimes it's about accepting where we are and embracing life.
Yeah.
And just be.
Just
right?
be.
Yeah.
I read this quote a while ago. It's on my Facebook, the profile header.
Yeah.
If you have the chance to show love, show love. You have the chance to be happy, be happy. If you have the chance to be, just be.
Hmm.
So just be is also a chance. It's
Yeah.
not something that we can take for granted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Adeline. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
you.
You have been so generous with us. And I am Isma Husein, and this is Adeline Loke. And thank you for watching and listening to us at Safe Space Podcast.